Welcome back to Lensless with Khandie Woo. I'm Lysandra, your favorite lensless stylist, and we're diving into episode 4 with an incredible guest, Rome Simpson from Black Health, a wellness company better known on social media as My Fit Healthy Life. What's their mission? To inspire a healthier, more natural way of living through a balanced diet and exercise. Rome's educational content has gone viral, and once you hear him speak, you'll understand why nutrition plays a vital role in our daily habits. I stumbled upon something fascinating on his website: tribal coconut bowls, specifically portioned to help you keep track of your eating habits. And there's more: sea moss and soursop leaves, just to name a few of the great products available for your healthy eating journey. But that's not all. Rome's team hosts a weekly liquid fast challenge every Monday into Tuesday. How cool is that? And get this, they've even organized an incredible event called Plantnik. Khandie Woo is one of the proud sponsors this year. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode as Rome breaks down the world of a fit, healthy lifestyle. Get ready to be inspired and motivated to make positive changes in your life. Let's get started. How are you today?
I'm great and grateful. Give thanks. Just a little tired, like I mentioned earlier, but I'm going to push through regardless.
Definitely.
See.
I know you do a lot, so could you tell the people exactly who you are and what your company does?
Well, I'm a certified personal trainer and health coach by the NCSF program. That's National Council on Strength and Fitness, located in Miami, Florida.
Okay, cool. And what led you to pursue being a health coach? Like, what caused you to want to go as far as being certified?
I always liked jobs. I always like odd jobs, and I always like working for myself. I didn't really like working for like a company 9 to 5. I always was interested in working for myself, and I did that for many years in my early teens. I think the last job I had was at Stop and Shop, I believe so. That's the last full-time job I had. And I decided to, go into something where I can set my own time, make my own time and earn money in that way. So that's what really, really sparked my interest into pursuing a job in personal training. And then also, I like being fit. I wanted to keep a nice physique, and I figured that, kill two birds with one stone, self-employed, keep your physique looking good. Personal training was the ideal option for me at the time. So it was a little shallow at first. There was no real purpose behind that, originally.
Seeing as though it did take off the way it did, it wasn't necessarily a shallow thing. That was your life path, really.
It turned into that, Lysandra. It definitely did turn into that.
Yeah.
Because of a lot of little things or big things that came to pass, Yeah.
Nice. I came across your brand. I don't know how I found your page, but what struck me about your page was the type of content that you did. Very informative. And I like the fact that you actually show the results. You're not speaking from behind a photo or speaking from behind a chart. You're literally cutting the fruit, showing the fruits. And I actually purchased your sea moss, which was very good. So I know for a fact that there is a passion behind what you do. Let's talk about your content. what is it that you put into your content that makes it so unique?
I put my heart and soul into my content. I would call myself a perfectionist. I don't like mediocre, and I move off of inspiration, Sandra. So, I could be having a conversation with somebody, they can spark inspiration. I can see something, so whenever I'm creating the content that I'm going to put out there for the world, it's all based on inspiration. Even while I'm creating the content, things just pop up in my mind. I'm like, okay, this work with that work with this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm an artist at heart. That's a little bit into my background as a child growing up. I'm an artist at heart. I started out drawing, and even writing poetry and stuff like that. I started out doing that very young. So being creative, is one of my strong points, I would say, about myself. So whenever I get an opportunity to be creative, I get creative, and it feels me. It feels me, and I really enjoy it. I have a passion for creating things and trying new things and doing things in a different way, and a lot of little things spark my interest and fuel my creative genius.
I like that. I can respect it also because as a creative myself and as an artist myself, I know for a fact for me, I can't just sit down and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to just make a bunch of content and I can spread it out. I literally move by inspiration. Sometimes I don't know what my content is going to be. Sometimes the moment that I get on and decide, you know what, something is going to come, that's when it comes out, and then I work on, just like you said, just developing it and putting it together. So it takes me a minute, but you have to know and love what you're going to put out to the world. Like you said, it can't be mediocre because it's a representation of you and what you stand for,
Right.
So I definitely can respect that.
Cool. And I believe I would add that that's the beauty in creating something, not being sure of the outcome. You just building on it, And then for some reason it will come out very good, or let me say imperfectly perfect.
Exactly. I like that. Imperfectly perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So I know you have an event coming up in August called Plantnik 2023.
Yes.
What is it that the event entails? I know this is going to be your second one, right?
Third.
Your third. Okay.
The third annual Plantnik. The second one probably missed you because I'm gonna keep it brief with explaining it, but it should be said. It should be said since we brought up the topic of Plantnik. Yeah. The second Plantnik almost did not happen. I was going through a hard time. And I didn't feel the inspiration. Funding was low, because it's not an event where we're charging people. There's no money being made off of that event currently, and in the past, So it's just a event where people in and around the community can come and experience. We'll get into that in a few. So it almost didn't happen, and I spoke to Plantnik 2021's co-host and also a associate of mine by the name of Stitchbanger. That's her name on Instagram. She was a co-host of Plantnik 2021. She was one of the co-hosts, and she encouraged me to keep keep pushing forward. Even though I'm feeling the way I'm feeling like not going through with it because low funding and just not feeling it. And I took her advice, and I kept it inside my apartment instead of doing it outside. Plantnik is an outdoor event, but I did it inside, and I recreated set up the theme as if it was like outside, and it turned out great.
Okay.
Turned out great. So, you probably missed it because, I didn't even call it Plantnik. I call it Plantnik Remix.
Okay.
So being that we did it inside instead of outside, it was kind of like a remix. So it probably wasn't like OD promoted. The space was limited, so it was on an invite only basis. It wasn't like the first one where it was open to the public because we're keeping it outdoors and an unlimited amount of capacity can attend. Yeah, so it was more like on a hush hush, invite only type thing. But it was amazing. So maybe that's why you missed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a person, I like to speak life into everything. And I think that, it happened regardless of how it happened, it happened. So it still gets a plus. So we're just gonna keep it on the tally board. So you had 3 so far. I mean,
no,
2.
This will be the third one.
This is gonna be the third one. You had 2 so far, and this is gonna be the third one. We'll keep it on the tally board because it was successful.
Right.
Now for Plantnik, I know it's based around your whole what you do and what you talk to people about as far as health. Your main objective is a raw diet, right?
Well, I am on a raw diet, yeah, and I swear by it.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about the raw diet. Like what can somebody expect from being on a raw diet?
What can someone expect? Well, let me say it in this way because I'm very conscious of others. I know that everybody is different and people, can have different effects from, different things. So for me, let me keep it only to me.
Okay.
From my experience on a raw plant-based nutritarian diet, I will call it the nutritarian diet because I eat mainly for the nutrients, so opposed to eating like the less nutrient food, I try my best, not perfect with it, I try my best to eat the foods with most nutrients, even raw foods. Like,
okay.
If I was eating a lettuce, I would prefer the romaine opposed to the iceberg lettuce, just to give you an example.
Okay.
Yeah, because it has more nutrients in it. So my experience on a raw plant-based diet, it has been great. I feel better than I felt in a long time. I would say that. To compare it to like a plant-based diet where you're eating a cooked food, I would say that I feel even better eating raw plant-based over cooked plant-based food. My digestion, I feel like my digestion is better. I sleep a lot better too. I sleep a lot better. I sleep like a baby now. Nerves are a little calmer. I smell. My smell has heightened. I believe my energy and my focus has improved.
Okay.
When I get cut, I believe I heal faster. I don't know if it's just in my mind. I don't know.
Okay.
It could just be in my mind, but that's just what I believe. And I would say this, like the food preparation time is a lot less, Just gotta wash the stuff and cut them up. If it's vegetables or even fruits, you can cut them up. But mainly with fruits, you can just slice and eat real quick. Or banana, you can just peel that and go. Or just dates, you can just throw them in your mouth and whatever. So the preparation time, that's one thing that really, really do it for me. Like I find it difficult to go back to eating cooked food because of the preparation time. I got so accustomed to having to spend time cooking my food.
Right. Wow.
Because that takes time. So and let me say this also, Lissandra, I feel like I save a lot more money too on a raw plant-based diet. So there's so many reasons why I strongly I strongly recommend it for anybody. As long as you can handle it and you're seeing benefits from it, I recommend it. You don't have to be 100%, but you can just incorporate. I always encourage people to incorporate a little bit more raw foods in your diet. Raw foods is simply more fruits, more vegetables, replacing your meals. Most people would eat 3 to 4 or even 5 cooked meals for the day. I would just encourage them to right. I would just encourage them to just incorporate a little bit of raw meals. Let me just say raw meals in your diet weekly. That's it. And it's got to be daily. People rarely do that. They might go out and have a salad and have a salad once in a blue. They might have a fruit once in a while. But I'm just saying to do it more. And that's how you simply increase, or incorporate more raw foods in a diet just by doing it more. Simple. You don't got to go 100%. You don't got to be perfect with it. Just more. I feel like it's better for us, because the food is not cooked. There are some foods that some people say is better cooked. But for the most part, I believe that when you eat the foods raw, you're getting more of the nutrients, and it's being digested better in your body, and enzymes, digestive enzymes, all that, you get that because it's not cooked out of the food, the digestive enzymes, so I feel like you get more out of eating raw. And like I said before I digress into something else, you save more money. Even on Khandie, I find that I save a little bit more on Khandie because I don't cook. I'm only boiled tea. That's the only thing I use my stove for. Just the boiled tea. And then, just buying food. The foods I buy is mostly fruits. I'm on a 90, I would say 95 to 97% fruit diet right now. I didn't start out like that when I first started raw. I was eating vegetables, nuts, grains, and stuff like that, and fruits. But now I'm more geared towards eating more fruits than anything else right now.
Okay. That's interesting. Because you would think that your body needed more than just the fruits. But I guess you've trained yourself enough, your system is already has its inner workings. It could just be okay with fruits by now.
Well, I also include sea moss into my diet, so I'm getting added minerals from sea moss. I sell sea moss, so I take it myself. So I forgot to mention that, and that's raw as well. Sea moss is raw. I know sea moss don't work for everybody. Some people have allergies. Some people are allergic to sea moss. I met some people who are allergic to sea moss. Some people cannot have sea moss or should not have sea moss because they have hyperthyroidism, and sea moss is high in iodine. And when you have hyperthyroidism, your body is already building too much iodine, or producing too much iodine. So adding sea moss to your diet is not good in the situations like that. But for me, I'm okay with sea moss. and I add sea moss to my diet. I add it to a lot of the stuff I eat. Like smoothies, or like even just if I'm just making like a fruit salad, I would just top it with sea moss. Or if I'm blending the sauce for my salad, because that's something I started to do recently to kind of make my raw food dish look more like more like cooked food, or just look more appealing. Not really. Let me not say cook, because I probably put a different picture in your mind. Let me say make my raw dishes now look more appealing. I'm gonna paint a picture for you on your audience right now. I would just like slice up some bananas, right? I would not dice. I would just chop up some mangoes and say cherries. I'm just trying to think of all the foods that can the fruits that can combine well without like any stomach discomfort. So I I slice up some bananas on a plate, and then I cut up some mangoes and cherries, and let me just throw in a little dates in that. Let me just say throw in some dates in that, and then I blend the dates with some of the banana and the mangoes and the cherry in a blender.
Okay.
And then I pour that sauce over the bananas. Then I take some Celtic sea salt. I don't know if you know Celtic sea sauce.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, some people pronounce that as Celtic, with a spell with a C, So now I would take a pinch of that, throw it on it to add the saltiness to the sweet, kind of like how cooked food is, when you have the sweet and the salty, and then I would just, I'll probably put a cherry on top just for the aesthetics, to make it look appealing to the eye. Okay. And whenever you pour sauce over something, it just like it's more enticing. It just seems more enticing. So, yeah, I just paint a picture of a meal for you. So instead of just eating, bananas regularly, like regular, just peeling and eating, I do that most of the time. But whenever I want to fancy it up a little bit, I would just plate my food like that sometimes, and that takes a little bit more effort. It takes a little work to just do all of that, cut up the stuff, and but it looks nice.
Worth it though, right?
Right, it looks nice.
It sounds real good.
It sounds real good, and you know what? If you just sliced up the bananas and slice up the mangoes and what I said, slice up some cherries and the dates and just put that all together on a plate, it would still look nice, but it look even nicer and more appealing when you actually blend all that stuff together and then pour it over the banana and throw the cherry on top.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay,
yeah, man.
Somebody coming with a cookbook soon?
Oh, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
You don't have to say it. I'm going to say it for you. I see that in your future. I see that in your future.
Hold up, my lawyer is calling me.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Oh.
Yeah, I just joking. Yeah, my mouth is closed. My lawyer is telling me he just texts me and tell me no, don't say anything first about the cookbook. But you're on to something. I'm just gonna tell you, you're on to something. You're hot. You're hot like fire.
Good, and we'll wait for that. We'll patiently wait for that, because that's gonna be all right. So now that we know what you do, what you offer to people, are there any challenges that you face, dealing with or developing your brand?
Challenges that I face. Let me think about challenges that I face. Well, let me just say that because this is just what comes to mind, developing my brand. Well, my brand is called Black Health, That's my company name, and that's also the brand. And it started out as me being a person of color. You know what majority of us call ourselves black. Coming from our culture, we call ourselves black. So I consider myself as a black or brown person, and I'm health conscious, and that's simply where black health come from. There's more to it behind that. I don't know if you want me to go into all of that, but there is more as to why, like, how it actually, what inspired me to actually like choose that name. But simply put, black health represents me being a person of color, black or brown person, and I'm a health conscious person. So like, I represent that, and anyone in my culture can represent that too. So challenges. I had a few challenges with that. My brand. There was people from different races, ethnicities that find it offensive. Like when I wear my black health outside, and I'm in a white neighborhood or Asian neighborhood, even Indian, even though they're brown. Even Indian neighborhood.
That's another conversation.
That's another conversation. Yes, it's like the way I see from my eyes, and I could be totally wrong. Maybe I'm perceiving it wrong, but from what I think I perceive, it's like the people are looking at me, and I have a "fuck you" sign on my shirt.
Wow.
Like you know what I mean? Like it's disrespectful to them. It's a quiet disrespect. Like black health, they look at a fucking guy and black health. What's that all about? You know what I mean? Like, so what about white health? And then, even though I'm saying this about people who haven't said it to me, Lysandra, they haven't said it to me. I'm just judging off of their looks. I actually had people said that to me, like on social media when I wear it in my videos. When I do videos, create my content, I wear the black health shirts or hoodies and stuff. I got inboxed, why black health? What if I wore a shirt that says white health? And you know what I mean? And they just don't understand. They think that it's racist. And I tried to explain it to one guy one time. Try to explain that, where I come from, I see a lot of people of my color who don't know anything about health and nutrition. They didn't grow up learning anything like that. They actually, they actually don't like nothing healthy, or majority of stuff. Anything healthy are like, I don't want to say like nothing completely 100%, but they mostly don't like anything healthy, not even fruits. I met some of the people who I live with in my hood that don't eat fruits, and they just scrape the salad or whatever, the greens to the side of their plate, and they're eating the chicken and the rice, or the meat and the starch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in a community like that. Corner stores, they live off of the corner stores and the fast food, the KFC, the McDonald's. Like, that's the community I grew up in. Seeing that, and knowing how our people are like so prone to certain diseases like diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and stuff like that. Some people would say that's coming from the ancestors as well. You know what I mean? But it's also directly from the foods that we consuming too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's our knowledge of food. We think that's the food we should be eating because that's the food that we born and see, and this is what our parents and grandparents are feeding us. This is what we see in the commercials, and this is what we know. So, people who eat, let me just say, a little healthier than the majority of the population, The way that most of those people eat, they consider, majority of them, and I don't want to speak for everybody, but majority of them consider that food as medicine. So meaning that since those food, have vitamins and minerals in it, a little bit more than the foods that lack nutrition, lack the vitamins and mineral, you actually like mineralize in your body. And mineralize in your body is actually the best thing for us human beings because we're built up. The body is made of what they say 100 and I think it's 102 minerals. Yeah, I believe if I'm mistaken, it's about 102 minerals. So if you lack certain minerals in your body, you'll find that you're itching more. You lack copper, you'll find that you might be getting a little bit more gray hairs. You lack potassium, you find that you might have muscle aches. You lack calcium, really lack calcium, you find that your hips might be hurting or your shins might be hurting a little bit more. You lack vitamin D from the sun or however you get it. You might find that you feel a little bit more depressed, especially like in the winter months. You know what I'm saying? Like you get that winter months depression thing going on. You know what I mean? And a lot of stuff happens when we lack minerals. And I also want to say that vitamins are also minerals. A lot of people don't know that vitamins are just minerals. They're the vital minerals. So that's why they call them vitamins, but they're all minerals. So eating food that lacks the nutrition, especially when you microwave it now.
Just completely takes everything out.
Completely kill it. Even if it had only a small percent of minerals in it, or even the synthetic form of minerals in it, you definitely just basically killed it, took down to nothing. And I don't know to what percent or what degree, but it's basically dead. So it's easy or just simple to say that, eating healthier living foods or, just more nutritious foods, will mineralize your body more and be more nutritious for you. And therefore that can help you in many ways that you probably won't even realize, you know what I mean? So the food is I consider food as our medicine. So, growing up in the hood, we eat in the food that lacks a lot of those nutrition, and that's what we brainwashed or just grow up to think that it's okay. Not saying chicken and beef is the worst thing. I could get deeper into this conversation because a lot of those animals are it wasn't the animals that God put on earth. They were made by man, by scientists. They were they take different animals and breed them into making a chicken and making a cow. Those wasn't the original animal. The wild pheasant is actually one of the natural chicken, and the quail, stuff like that. Those are real natural chicken that was on the earth, not the little chickens that you see on the farm and the chickens that we see on TV and in little children books and stuff like that. Same thing with the cow, the buffalo. The buffalo are that's the real beef. The buffalo, the wild buffalo that the Indians used to hunt and eat, that's really eating beef. And bison, buffalo and bison.
I was about to say bison.
Right. That's the real cow, But the thing, Lysandra, they're wild. You can't go next to a wild turkey. You can't go next to a wild pheasant. They will pick the hell out of you. You can't go next to a buffalo. They will rush you. So, human beings, being that we're so damn smart, we're like Pinky in the Brain. We decide to
figure out something, right?
find a way to domesticate the wild animals to make them tame. So we can take their eggs, we can and we can eat them easily. So yeah, the chicken was domesticated into a chicken from the wild pheasant. The buffalo was domesticated into a cow, and as you can see, those animals are more tamed.
Yeah,
and we have them on the farm, and we can just kill them when we're ready and stuff like that. So yeah, we're not even eating the God-given, wild-crafted animals. So the animals we're eating are tainted, and I didn't know this, until later on in life either, because I grew up in a time where, those things have been done way before I was born, and when I was eating chicken, I thought I was eating chicken, the real chicken. I was eating a cow. Beef, I thought it was the real thing. So, I don't want to go too deep. Like I said, I actually touched on it, and I didn't plan on touching on that aspect.
Yeah,
but but we're not even eating, the real wild animals. Because if I was supposed to eat meat right now, I would prefer to eat the buffalo meat or the wild pheasant meat over the chicken that I come to know and love back in the days. We're not even eating the right stuff.
Yeah, especially culturally with the curry and the stew, and we've been raised on these foods, but you've shown that it's never too late to make a transition. And I think that's what's so appreciative about what you do and your content. So, I wanted to also ask you, if somebody hasn't eaten a fruit a day in their life, right? And they just decide one day, you know what, I want to make a change. I want to make a transition. I want to try something different. What would you tell them to do? Would it be like a smoothie, or something they could do once a week, or what was your transition like, and what would you suggest that somebody could start doing? It doesn't have to be too complicated, because then when things are too complicated, we shy away from it sometimes. But something simple.
Okay, I got you. So, say, for instance, somebody never had a fruit in their life. That's what you're saying. You mean probably you're trying to say probably not never had a natural fruit, maybe fruit in a can or frozen fruit they probably had, right?
Right.
All right. Yeah, because majority of people probably had that, but maybe not, the ones in the cup with the Jello, what I mean? They probably had that, and had many of that when I was a kid.
Or the fruit in the punch bowl.
Yeah, right.
Or the sangria.
Right. Maybe they had it in that way, what I mean? Or the cherry in the liquor, what I mean? Yeah. But so, and then they haven't just had a banana or an orange or an apple, what I mean? I would say for somebody like that, to try a variety of fruits. I mean, if you want to have fruit, nobody's not forcing you to do it, and you want to do it with your free will, try a variety of simple fruits. When I say simple fruits, stuff that you're familiar with. Most people are familiar with bananas, apples. Those are the two most simple fruit that I can think of, and grapes. And let me add that too: bananas, apples, grapes, orange. Those four. Try one out of those four, whichever you like the most. Have it, and then just experiment with other ones. Watermelon is in season right now. Try the watermelon, even if it's the seedless kind. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, the seeded one is difficult to find right now. I actually have planned, and I could actually say this because I don't mind saying this. I actually have planned on putting watermelon seeds on my website, because there's a lot of benefits to watermelon seeds, and the seeded watermelon is rare right now. It's becoming very scarce, very rare. So it's anything become rare, it's gonna be more sought after and more expensive. So yeah, so just experiment. I would say to experiment with the four with a few basic simple fruits. Try this one, try that one, try that. You don't like this one, try that one, try that one. And just keep experiment. That's the simplest answer I can give you for somebody that haven't tried actual fruit outside of a cup or a can and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just go to this grocery store and pick up the ones that you're familiar with and try different ones. Take home 4 of them, try them, or take home 2, try them. If you like one, keep having it and try a different one at some point. I'm sure you'll like. Fruits are sweet, so it's not difficult for people to like them. Yeah, so I'm sure you'll eventually find something that you really like and you could probably stick with, especially dates. Most people that never tried dates, I actually introduced dates to a lot of my clients that never had them before, and they go, oh, it tastes just like candy. You eat too much of it, you're gonna get a sugar high. You're gonna get high, off of the sugar.
Yeah, dates are cool. Dates, raisins, those type of those easy to carry around fruits,
Yeah.
Carry around in little snacks.
Yes, and they definitely boost your energy real quick because it's high in sugar, so that's a sugar boost. It's gonna boost your blood sugar, and it will be that boost. Blood sugar boost is good for a pre-workout. If you're gonna go lift weights or you're gonna run. Something like this, you're gonna have sex. You could boost your blood sugar at that time. With natural fruits that's high in sugar, honey. Because you're gonna burn up that sugar. Your muscles and your liver store sugar, so you're gonna burn up sugar when you utilizing your muscles.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, so let's get back to your Plantnik, August 13th, 2023. I'm honored to be one of your... Yes, I'm honored. Our Plantnik, I'm honored to be one of your sponsors for the event. And what can your patrons, what can they expect from...
what can they expect? Okay, you see, this question is tricky, Lysandra, because I want people to attend without giving away what they can expect. I want them to attend and just be amazed. But let me try to find something to give you. I'm sure I can give you something.
A little something. Should they bring their own dish? Of course, we don't want to give away everything because they have to walk into an experience. I understand.
Right.
Can they bring their own dish?
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, so I like to call any event. I kept multiple events over many, many, many years. Let me take you back a little bit. I used to be a lot of people who come from the Caribbean. I'm from Jamaica. Jamaicans are known to keep parties. So I used to do that. Before I transitioned into being this plant-based vegan type person, and change up my crowd a little bit. We kept parties. I used to be a typical party promoter. Wasn't big in it. I was just following, but I kept a few, and so keeping parties or keeping an event is something that I have a lot of experience with from a long time. So, Plantnik now, that's one of the events that I held that I decided to stick with, because I held events in the past where I only kept them one time and that was it. With Plantnik, I kept the first year, kept the second year, and now we're on to the third year. And what you can expect from Plant Nick, you can expect an outdoor type scenery. It's outdoor event. It's big on community. Because the people in and around the community, they're the one that make up the attendees for Plant Nick.
Mhm.
And it's a plant-based picnic style potluck community appreciation event. I said that slow because that should paint a big picture in anybody's mind. I will repeat
And it does. Mhm.
Plant Nick is a plant-based picnic style potluck community appreciation event. So you would come to Plant Nick to be appreciated as a person that lives in and around our community. Come to Plant Nick to be appreciated by everybody who attends there. You know what I mean? And picnic style, yes, it's a picnic style. You can bring your picnic blanket or your picnic chair, potluck style event. You can bring a plant-based vegan dish if you like. If you choose to, you can do that. And you also can contribute anything that you want to contribute. We allow our attendees to contribute whatever. It can even be some uplifting words. You want to say something, you move to say something, because that happened at the first Plant Nick too. People it wasn't planned like how it's planned now that, you can do this, you can do that. That wasn't planned. It was the first one. And the vibes was just so good that people were moved to say a poetry, moved to do a meditation, short meditation session, moved to, whatever you're moved to do, you can do at Plant Nick. We welcome, everybody, even if you're not plant-based, vegan, whatever, we welcome you to come and just be a part of us, feel at home with us, get a new experience, something different from what you're used to,
Right.
Yeah, and it's like, it's family and pet friendly. You can come with your children, your little babies. You can come with your little doggies. You know what I mean? Like at the first Plant Nick, there were children there. There were pets there. Like little, the little purse doggies.
Yeah.
And the people put it in the purse. Yeah. So. Yeah, it was a nice vibe. It was a community vibe. It felt like a family vibe, and we just flowed with the event. It wasn't over planned, you know what I mean? Because I actually don't like to over plan what's gonna happen next and next and next. I do kind of structure it out, but I don't like. I like to go with the flow of the moment. If I see this, okay, we're doing that. If I see that, okay, we're going to do this. You know what I mean? I kind of like to incorporate the flow of the moment and the vibes into. I think that helps enhance the experience when you just go off of the mood of the moment, So
right, definitely.
Yeah. And it was so good. The first one and second was so good. And mainly the first one, because it was outdoors, because outdoors really enhance people's vibrations, just because, like, people were, like, barefoot, too. So, when your foot is touching the ground, they're being grounded, and the sun was hitting them, the fresh air. So the energy was more enhanced being outside as opposed to inside. People didn't leave at the appointed time. They left when night fall, even though mosquitoes was biting them. They still left when it was dark. You know what I mean? And and then when I got feedback, people were saying like they wanted to keep a second one, before the year was up. Because, it was held in August, and so September, October, November was upon us, and people wanted to see if we could squeeze in another one, but I didn't do that. I just decided to let them wait. Let them wait till next year. Yeah, make it annually and keep it true to the annual thing. So yeah, man, you can just imagine what Platnik 2023 is gonna be like. If I'm telling you about Platnik 2021, and now it's a little bit more like now I know what works.
Yeah.
So I'm like gearing it more to like give you a better experience. And not just me alone. Let me just say, me and my co-host Pineapple, my co-host Pineapple Don, and everyone that is contributing, and also you who are sponsoring. We all are expecting greatness out of Platnik 23. We're gonna come with our best foot, and that I like to encourage everyone, that have anything to do with Platnik, even just like the attendees, because the attendees, they're contributing their presence, whatever else they might contribute that I don't know of, but just you attending, you're contributing your presence. I like you to just, know that you're coming to make a difference. You, the attendee, you're coming to add to the experience. You're not coming there to just be in the back texting on your phone and saying? No, you're coming to make Platnik great. You're coming to make Platnik 2023 what people are going to talk about after it's finished. That's what you're coming there for. Yes, and you are important because you play a role. You play a role in making this great. The people. Platnik is all about the people. That's how I like to gear it. I like to gear it and focus it on the people. So I just want the people to know it's not us, who's co-hosting and hosting. That's like that's the one that's going to put on a great show for you. You are also responsible to come and make your time great there too, to make Platnik what we imagine it to be.
Exactly.
Which is a great event. And News 12 is going to be there.
Yes, I'm excited about that. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. That's a plus. That's a plus.
Yeah, definitely. So just go higher and higher with the expectations and the goals. It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. And it's going to be so cool. I can't wait.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you, you mentioned Pineapple Don. I was going to ask you, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Because
don't ask me that. I have a lot of people.
Okay, group it somehow. I always ask that because it's important for us to at least shout out the people that, contribution is important, collaboration is important. So. Okay,
well, let me take the time to shout out Pineapple Don, or let me say it in our Jamaican way. Big up Pineapple Don and Wagwan podcast, because he has a podcast called Wagwan, which I recently did an interview on, and he I think it's gonna air pretty soon, so it will be out. It will be out before your interview, because he hit me up letting me know it's gonna be out soon. So yes, Pineapple Don, Controversy, who is an artist and also contributing to Platnik. He's going to contribute his talents to Platnik. He has a weekly event called Profile Thursdays, where I am one of the hosts for that event. Yeah, that's Uptown Bronx on 233rd Street at the Strawberry Events place. Yeah, so Controversy, I also like to pick him up, and there's so much other people that I can't even start. But I would just say all the contributors, all the collaborators, all the people who I'm collaborating with, who is contributing to Plantnik, who has have a flyer out with us, me and Pineapple Don as a contributor. Everyone that will after this interview, everyone that RSVP'd for Plantnik, you know, the sponsor, which is you, as of now, you're the only confirmed sponsor, and that's fine. Even if we just have one sponsor, but there's another sponsor that has yet to confirm, you know, and everyone, even people who I never met who contributed to my success. Thank you. Big up. Everyone. Yes, big up everyone.
Very dope. So I'm gonna
and big up yourself too. Big up yourself too. And what you're doing in this, you know, on your and lensless with Khandie Woo. You know,
yeah, I can't wait to see you with yours. I know that it's something new for you, but can't wait to see you in yours. And I appreciate you for supporting my brand and my business, and even taking time out to have this conversation. It means a lot, because at least I know that my time is appreciated, and you're dedicating your time, and I appreciate that. So it's a fair exchange, a definite fair exchange, and it's no robbery, right?
Right.
Thank you again. Can you let the listeners know where they can find you on your social platform?
Okay, well, my social media handle is me or my Fit Healthy Life. MY was taken, so I spell it as MI, and it went perfect because I'm from the Caribbean, you know, Caribbean. So, you know, we pronounce me as me anyway, you know, so like, so, you know, instead of my Fit Healthy Life is me Fit Healthy Life, but you can also say my. So MI Fit Healthy Life on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook. Those are the 4 main platforms that I associate with, you know, that you can find me. I'm mostly prominent on Instagram, though. You know, I'm mostly prominent on Instagram. So that's where you can find me. And also, like, if anyone want to email me for whatever reason, it's also mifithealthylife@gmail.com. You know, and you know, I just want to say this before we go, because it sounds like you're wrapping up. Say that me and friends have a weekly group liquid fast, and we're on our 19th week. We started it in this year, and we're on our 19th week.
Okay, I applaud that.
Thank you,
wow.
Thank you. So today, Monday, is our 19th week, and today I'm actually liquid fast. And while I was talking to you, I was just drinking some lemon and water, and that's what I had all day, lemon and water. But our liquid fast is more than just lemon and water. I'll briefly get into it, because this is something that I'm going to keep doing for a long time, so I have to say it on this call.
Okay.
So, like I said, today, Monday, I don't even know the date, what day today is. I'll be lost in the date. The 12th, Monday the 12th of June is our 19th week, but it's our first day of the Liquid Fast Masterclass, because I turned it into a masterclass. And the reason why I decided to level it up into a masterclass instead of just a group liquid fast, even though it's still a group liquid fast, I decided to level it up and graduate it into a masterclass, because I have noticed through the 18 weeks before the 19th week, which is today, I noticed that we're practicing how to build discipline and self-control each week. That's what we're doing in the liquid fast group. When we're resisting strong urges to eat food, we're practicing how to control ourselves, how to build mental strength, how to resist, how to discipline. It takes discipline for that. It takes discipline for you to go 12 to 24 hours without eating food, or without eating the stuff that you typically eat throughout the day. Your body and your mind is so used to eating the foods that you eat on a daily basis. So when you're resisting those things and just having liquids all day, or having fruits, high water content fruits, because in our liquid fast, in our group liquid fast that we do every Monday, it's unique in that you can have high water content fruits as liquids. And that's what makes us a different from just a typical liquid fast. And the reason behind that, Lysandra, is so that people who find it difficult people who probably never fasted before, or never, did a 12-hour fast. Maybe they fasted maybe for an hour or 2 hours or three, but they didn't go the extent to 12 hours. People who haven't done that, like beginners, and for people who probably had fasted in the past, or attempted to fast in the past. That's what I mean. People who have attempted to fast in the past but struggled with it, and they probably did not able to complete 12 or 24 hours. It's mainly geared for those people, the beginners.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Right. And that's why I allow our participants to have high water content fruits like pineapples, mangoes, watermelons, other melons, grapes, strawberries, other berries, oranges, grapefruits. Those are they have a lot of water in them. So when you're eating those fruits, you're basically drinking water. Because if you ever had like a big chunk of watermelon, you're peeing like 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
So
yeah, or sooner.
Right, or sooner. You know what I mean? So it's cleaning out your kidneys. It's cleaning out you as a person, because fruits scrub. That's what the fruits do. They scrub the inside of the body. So so you basically having liquids when you're having high water content fruits. And there's even an added benefit with having high water content fruits opposed to just drinking water, is because fruits are structured different because their water is distilled naturally. You know what I mean? It's digested. That water is actually pre-digested in that fruit. So when you consume that fruit, you're getting a more hydration opposed to drinking water, because fruits have three hydrogens and 2 oxygen molecules in them, opposed to water that have H2O. It has 1 hydrogen, that's what the H stands for, and 2O means 2 oxygen.
Right. Okay.
So fruits has H3, 2O, so it has 3 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. So it's more hydrating than water. But you can make your water like that if you squeeze lemon in it, and that's why you see a lot of people squeeze lemon in water, squeeze lemon in tea, or you can just sit fruits in your water, and the molecules from the fruits will infuse into your water and actually making that water alkaline, or just making it more hydrating for your body. So yeah, fruits, honey, lemon, salt, they turn the water into alkaline and make it more digestible for your body, so the liquid could travel to the billions of cells in your body and hydrate them, opposed to just flushing out your system. Like if you just drink water without any of those things that I mentioned in it, like honey, lemon, or infused with fruits or salt, if it's not like natural spring water from the spring, that has minerals in it, like minerals are kind of like salt and other stuff. Like if it's not natural water from the spring, it's just gonna go through your body, flush out minerals out your body, and it's gonna come out in the toilet as urine. It's not doing much for you.
Wow.
Yeah, not much for you. So especially these bottled waters that we have right now, like, they're not really like hydrating you. They actually can dehydrate you if you drink too much of them.
So it's best to add
it's
one
best
of
to
those
at least,
things from the list that you mentioned to make it a beneficial water.
Right, to make it more hydrating or alkaline. Yes,
okay.
So it can hydrate it could travel to the billions of cells. It actually could circulate your body, the whole entire body, before it come out, instead of just coming out in the toilet.
Right.
So
interesting.
Yeah. So other than just fruits, you can also have porridges. You can have soup broth. We make it very, very interesting. People are able to do it, opposed to just breaking their fast. Because if somebody's just started out with water, Lysandra, say you started out with water, and then you feel like, damn, I'm struggling, shit. I'm gonna break. No, you can actually eat a fruit. You can eat a high water content fruit. A fruit that's not high water content would be like dates.
Right. Okay.
Banana, but they don't have high water content. But you can have a high water content fruit, and therefore you can continue your fast, your liquid fast, without breaking. And you ate something, but you basically ate liquid. You didn't eat like
you ate the water.
Right, you ate water. And even if you have porridge and soup broth that are like porridge is a little thicker and heavier, but it still keep you disciplined, even though porridge is very filling, because it's thick and stuff like that. But it still keep you in that discipline around.
Right.
And those little footsteps can build you up to being stronger, and you can probably over time eventually go to a full liquid fast using water and squeezing lemon, lime, or honey or salt in it. You know what I mean? And like what I'm doing today.
That's a great support system. Yeah, that's a great support system.
Yeah, it starts with baby steps. It starts, we start small, and then we build up. You can build up over time to being stronger. So this master class, today is the first day of the master class, and in the master class I do more. I teach more. I challenge the people more. Like even today, I would just say this before I finish. A lot of people were saying in the group, "Oh, I don't have any cravings. I don't have any cravings." And I said, "Okay, that's great that y'all don't have any cravings, because y'all are used to this by now. So your body you becoming stronger. Where you're able to resist the cravings that you might, or resist things that might appeal to your eye in the house or when you're outside, right?
Right.
So I'd say that's good. That's good that y'all don't have any cravings. But actually, I'm going to throw in a curveball and send a picture of some delicious food in the group because I want to.
How rude.
How rude, right. So the purpose of that, though, Lysandra, is because, this master class, and this is what makes the master class a master class, it's there to strengthen you. This master class is here to strengthen you. So I have to throw little roadblocks along the way, just like if somebody was going to boot camp. They have to go to this
a surprise final exam or something,
Right. So, right. So I throw in some little toughness in it. Oh, y'all having it easy? No. I'm going to throw in a little toughness in it. Temp y'all, who's going to break? Who's going to break? Who's going to overcome?
Right.
Who's going to not eat because I sent that picture of cookies? Who's going to not eat? And then I know y'all going to be tempted to eat when you see that. It's gonna appeal to your eyes. It's gonna appeal to your taste buds and your senses, and your brain is gonna see that. You know what cookies taste like. It's gonna appeal to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what makes you stronger. If you overcome that, that's what makes you stronger. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you do overcome that, what do you do once your fasting is up? Because some people only fasting for 12 hours. That's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And some people are going on the full 24 hours, which is 7 a.m. the next day. So the people who are breaking their fast at 7 p.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
Challenge yourself to go beyond 7 p.m. You know, don't just can't wait. Damn, I can't wait till 7 p.m. come. I'm going to tear up this food. You know what I mean? When you actually have your food, when you do actually have your food, whether it's at 7 p.m. or a little later than 7 p.m., if you actually challenge yourself to go beyond that, because this is what it's all about. It's all about resisting and building self-control, taking back your control over food, opposed to food having a control. That's what it's about. And through that, you can strengthen other areas in your life that's weak and couldn't use some more discipline and some more self-control. So when you actually do have your food, now the next challenge is to eat it slowly. And don't go crazy and no, you still want to practice self-control even when you're eating.
Wow.
Even when you're eating, you still want to practice that self-control, because that's what keeps you practicing self-control, because the more you do something, the more your brain get used to it and the more your brain adapt to it, and now this becomes you over time. Now, now you're somebody who has more self-control because you do it so often. So you don't want to just lose it once you stop fasting. Mm-hmm. You want to stop yourself from eating a fast, even though you know that's what your body is telling you, to like kill this food because you just went 12 hours, well, actually eating food. Now you have all this tasty food in you. You're not even going to chew it properly. That's what your body wants. But you gotta go against that. You have to go against that. You have to. If not, you lost the battle with self-control right there. You have to. When you find yourself eating mad fast, you're gonna have to stop yourself and force yourself to calm down and eat slower, and then try not to overeat. All of that comes into play, after the fast is over. All of that. So this is what the class is about. It's about strengthening people. Right. Yeah. So they can strengthen themselves and strengthen other areas in their life through this class. Right. It's exercising the power of self-control and discipline, and we can take that anywhere in our life.
Mind, body, and soul.
Yes, mind, body, and soul. One thing I like to say is, like, if you can master your urges, your strong urges to eat, if you can, once you have mastered strong urges to eat consistently over a period of time, you have mastered your mind, body, and soul. You truly have. If you can, because that is something that is very difficult to do, to see something that's calling you by your first, middle, and last name and be like, yo, I'm good. I'm good. Or instead of eating the whole box or half the box, I'm going to have 2 and I'm good. I'll eat 2 more tomorrow, 3 more tomorrow. Once you have mastered that, you have mastered your mind. But because it trickles down or trickle up into other areas in your life. So Sandra, believe that. It does. It helps you strengthen your body overall, or your mind overall. It helps. Okay, so that was long-winded, I know, but I had to.
No, but it's important, and I'm glad you put that out there. And I want people to look forward to the master class. This is your 19th one, the liquid fast.
Yes, and the first master class.
Yeah,
today's the first
master class.
Yes, but the 19th overall. And Discord, we do it on Discord, on the Discord app. I don't know if you're familiar with the Discord app, but we don't do it on.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, we don't do it on Instagram. We do it on the Discord app, and the reason why is because the Discord app is more geared for a group event. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot of group events and group clubhouse things that you can do, on Discord, and it's free. It's free to do it. It's free to do it, and our classes are free as of right now. It's not going to be free forever, but for right now, it's free. So get in it as soon as possible. Let me say it like this. Because I like to pitch. I like to pitch with my heart and soul in it. Let me say this: if you feel like this is something that you can utilize or something that will be beneficial to your life, reach out. No force, nothing like that. It's free. I'm giving my time. Time is something that you cannot get back. I'm giving my time for free. If this is something for you, this interview move you, and you feel like you want to take advantage of our free Liquid Fast Masterclass that we do every Monday via Discord, me and friends. Not only me, it's me and a group of people, Feel free to reach out. All right? The choice is yours. More strength. Thank you for having me, Alessandra.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here, and you dropped some real good jewels. I'm in a place where I'm like, okay, wow, more smoothies, more salads.
Yes. I would leave with saying that I live to inspire, Alessandra. I live to inspire, so it's what I do. It's a part of my purpose. So earlier, when we first came on the call, I told you that I was tired, but I'm going to give it my best. Regardless.
Tired where?
And that I did. I gave it my best regardless. Live to inspire. Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Alessandra. This is a great platform. I wish you nothing but success and greatness with this platform. I feel so good to even be considered. I'm honored to be one of the person that you reach out to interview. I feel special.
Oh, thank you. And you're welcome. You're welcome. This was another episode of Lensless with Khandie Woo, and I will see you next time. Please do like, share, and subscribe to both of our content, and we will definitely see you again because we have important things to share with the community, and we want you to get involved. Have a good night.
A stretch.